a character that looks a lot like me when I used to have black hair a couple years ago, before Twitch turned me into a degenerate. I have a character that looks a lot like me, that chat has always said looks a lot like me. And like 2 days ago, I went into the PD. This is on my cop character. I went into the PD and this girl walks in and she looks exactly like my cop character. It's just her hair is like a little bit more brown, whereas mine is almost more black. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, who the fuck is this? And she was like, oh, this is so-and-so, right? And I go, oh, so you're a cadet, right? And she goes, yeah. I go, that's great. Get in the locker room and change your fucking hair. Just because, like, I thought it'd be funny, you know? Like, oh, shit. Like the Spider-Man meme moment. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, perfect. Like, you know, we get to mess around with a cadet over, like, hair. Not a big deal. Really not a big deal. Okay? And I hold on, let me just ban this dumb fuck in the chat. And so I go to her and she changes her hair and she goes on about patrol, and that was the end of that. Literally the end of it. And it was funny because at first, oh, well, I guess it wasn't technically the end, because at first she was like, oh, like, are you serious, ma'am? And I was like, yeah, why are you still standing here? Get into the locker room. Was it actually drama? It's now actually kind of drama. And I was like, yeah, get into the locker room and change. Why are you still standing here? Why? Like, you know, because that's what we do to the cadets. You guys saw how it went with me and Pee-Pee, and I had to send Pee-Pee off duty because he was being confrontational and shit. And it's just what we do to them to know that they can follow orders. Like, it's like hazing, but it's like reasonable hazing. Like, we're not gonna push them to do like weird OOC crazy shit. You know, it's like it's part of the cadet process. Like they used to put cadets through hell. This last recent small batch of cadets have kind of had it easier because we just needed to get the numbers up. But now all the FTOs, all the trainers have like all agreed that we all kind of fucked up with the most recent class because they're way too complacent and we're not happy with the outcome. And so we're going to start cracking down on them, right? So I go, this is perfect. Let's give her something fun. It's not hazing, because hazing is like has a negative connotation around it, but it's definitely kind of, you know, in a sense, you almost break them down like the real police academy would. You break them down to mold them, and then you let them blossom into the cops that they're going to become, right? It's not the other way around. So she changes it after, you know, with a little reluctance, I could tell. And then I told her, don't worry about it. You can get your hair back at a later date. You know what? When you become a full cop, I'll let you get your hair back. You know, just joking with her. Like, I'll let you get your hair back when you become a full cop. Okay, you can earn it back. And she's like, okay. And then she changes it and she goes off on duty. And then the next day, I log in off stream to write a report, and I see her, and she goes, she has the hair again. And I go, oh my God, you must have been promoted. Congratulations. Wow. When'd you get promoted? What's your call sign? And she was like, no, ma'am. I actually wasn't promoted. What did you say? I've decided that I don't want to change my hair and I'm not gonna do it. And I said, oh, she's emotionally attached to her hair. Isn't this so fucking cute? And at that point, I'm like, oh God, this is already like turning into whatever. And I'm like, okay, so, well, what are you gonna do? I go, cadet, because you're not just gonna walk around looking like that. I go, why don't you go put on a funky hat? Why don't you put on some cute little glasses? You know, why don't you make yourself stand out in a way that is your own? Go get your own personality real quick, and I'll be happy with that. You don't need to change your hair. Just figure something out. Appease the order, because I'm an FTO giving you like a little like fun challenge. Just, you know, go be creative with it. Whatever you got to do. And she goes, okay, I can agree with that. That sounds fine. And then I get a call from Sergeant. And the sergeant goes, hey, I need to talk to you. Where you at? And I'm upstairs. And I go, I'm right here. And so he comes into the room and he talks to me and he goes, I heard you told the cadet to change her hair. And I was like, oh my God. I go, you better not even get it. Don't even block this right now. I go, because in case you forgot, the whole point of them being here. Oh, I go, where is this shit? Where is it? Like this? Did it just get blurry or? Okay. And I go, dude, I go, how much in the FTO chat the past couple days have you seen that we are all talking about cracking down on cadets because they're disappointing us and they're pissing us off with the dumb shit that they're doing? I go, we can't have cadets that are like running around just doing whatever they want, disobeying us, running to higher and up, not following the chain of command. I go, and that's literally word for word what she just did with you right now. I go, it's literally what she just did. She got a command from a senior officer, an FTO, to just, you know, and I go, and the thing is, I gave her the option to keep the hair and just do something else fun. Like, what's the complaint here? Why isn't she just doing it? And he was like, yeah, you're right. I agree with you, actually. This makes a lot of sense, and I'm on board with what you said. So we call her up, and we go, hey, here's the problem with what you did. Here's the issue with what we have. Here's why we had you go through everything. And we explained it all to her, and we're like, no one actually cares about your fucking hair. Like, not to the extent that you're making it. And the thing is that we're disappointed that you didn't just go have fun with it. And instead now you ran to a sergeant and you're complaining, and you still haven't done the thing that we asked you to do. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say no hat and glasses, and you're going to need to go take your hair down again. Because we gave you a compromise, we worked with you, you said it was okay, and then you went and you complained to a sergeant. I go, that's not how we do things around here. And it was me and the sergeant that were talking about it. And she was like, okay, I totally understand. I get it, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes and she changes her hair again. Thank you so much for clarifying. I just wasn't really sure, you know, what was going on. I go, well, that's another issue is we don't expect cadets to know what's going on when we give them an order. When we give you guys orders and when we tell you to do things, we need to see that you're just going to go do it. That's it. You don't need an explanation. Not yet. We'll teach you along the way, but we need to see that you can follow a command. That's the most important thing here. Not to challenge our authority. And she goes over and she's like, okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate the talk. She goes and she changes her hair. And then she wakes up today, gets the hair again, and she goes to a lieutenant. She goes to a lieutenant now that's higher than a sergeant. And she said, yeah, they made me do this, and I'm really uncomfortable with it. I'm very uncomfortable, and I don't understand it, and it's not related to my police work, and I think that it's personal. Girl, I did not even know you existed. I did not even know you existed until I saw you with my own two eyes. Who are you? I don't know who you are. So I'm waiting now for Espinos to tell me about it in character, and I'm gonna handle it in character. Because this is a very in-character thing. If you did not know, we do have cadets change their hairstyle. And not only that, but I brought it up, and the other officers agreed that she shouldn't have a look that is extremely similar to an already established, well-known officer. And I was gonna let her keep it. And I was gonna let her keep it.